Well, hello again. Welcome back to the channel. My name's Wayne Ronovich. Welcome to my 5-minute take. And this one's really about why all this AI shit is so confusing. I'll try and keep it to 5 minutes. Again, I always try, never do. So I just want to go on and start with my journey into AI. Sort of started off in 2023. It was pretty early on. I think it was about March or something when I got a free copy to Bard, which is the forerunner of Gemini, which is around now from Google. And you know, I do pay for Google Gemini now. I pay $20 for the Pro version because I like to have just always like to have the most up-to-date version available when you're doing stuff, and that they do automatically. Whereas some of the other, if you don't pay for the version, the free versions can often be models that are 3 or 6 or even 12 months out of date. So you're never really getting the full version. So yeah, my first 2-3 years, it's been mind-numbingly quick to learn, easy to learn. It's blown me away. And I think it's also very confusing to a lot of people because there's so much utopia and there's so much dystopia out there. And I think just some of the facts, I just want to go through some facts which I've found along my journey, along the way. And I think this is very simply to understand that AI is here. There's no off switch to it. We're not going to put the genie back in the bottle. And we're in an AI race. So, whether it ends well or badly is up in the air. But I think what's obvious is that companies aren't going to stop developing it because it means that their competitors who continue doing it will win. And I think that's something we need to realize. We also need to realize that AI is smarter than us, and it's getting smarter. I think Google released some numbers that said its power is doubling every 5 months now, which is incredible. That's exponential doubling, and it's smarter than us. It's PhD kind of level stuff. I think bad things will happen. It's inevitable. Why? Well, it's being taught and learning on a bad system. Power, greed, attention-seeking economy, the war, the hatred and all that out there. It's learning on this, and yes, we try to keep it empathetic, but it's inevitable that bad things will happen. You look at the example where it was people were saying, one of the queries that somebody did was, recipe for pizza, and it told them to put glue on the pizza. It's learning, but as we grow, bad things will continue to happen. AI will destroy the value of knowledge and experience, and I think this is why it's such a big disruptor. People need to understand that it's learning so fast, and the cost of learning is dropping to near zero. It can destroy purpose. And what is our purpose in the world right now? If you look at Maslow's hierarchy of needs, our purpose on the planet right now is to work. Yeah, we talk about happy lives, balanced lives, but we need to work to exchange our labor for a paycheck to consume and live. Now, what happens when AI becomes more intelligent than us? Companies don't need to employ us because we are the most expensive outlay. Yes, we have the most experience and we can offer the things, but over time, whereas now AI can do many of the jobs, for free or very cheaply, and with next to no other outlay, pensions and vacation days, and it's available 24/7. It doesn't sleep. I think AI can now build better bespoke education systems for our children instead of having 25 people to 40 people in a class, all being taught the same curriculum at the same level. We can teach it more bespokely now. AI is going to change accounting, law, medicine. It's going to make massive strides, and it'll be for free. And with this, it's going to destroy our current GDP system, whether we like to admit it or not. So how do you make sense of it all? Well, just learn, continuous learning. In fact, learning has to become your career because the single careers from university to retirement are going to become irrelevant. Understand that. Learn and understand that there's no such thing as a guaranteed job. The only thing that you can really guarantee about is if you're an entrepreneur and you can pivot and learn lots of things, you might stand a good chance. The corporate ladder is going to be so compressed from this massive tier thing. It's just going to get compressed as all these layers get lifted out or moved out. So you're not going to have these ambitions as children or going to universities to follow paths that are prescribed. And this kills corporations, and corporations stop paying people, and so the economy, really takes a dive. And I think the attention economy, which we have right now with social media, where everybody it's me, is going to change a little bit because of AI, where, it'll probably be the only thing that exists. And with all the AI slop that's going to be produced by the gargantuan amounts, genuine interaction between you and I is all that's going to matter. And a lot of it will move to an offline world, because Homo sapiens, we need connection, we need community, we need interaction, we need to matter. We need to wake up in the morning and go, I matter, what I do matters. Even though I might not have a normal job anymore, I still need to matter. And the way you do that is by helping people and them helping you. And I think an AI, the AI world all stuck onto your phone is not going to give you that. No amount of dancing videos on TikTok will bring you peace. So I think, skills and passions, you in your life, you'll need to develop 3 or 4 different careers, maybe 5, where every 3 to 5 years you'll change. Every 10 years you'll something new. If you're an accountant right now, go and get a qualification as an electrician. We're electrifying the world in a drive for renewables as our hydrocarbons, diminish. So you don't need to do anything with it. Just get the qualification, get some experience maybe, but have it in store so that when your accounting job is literally taken over by AI, which it will be, okay, sorry to be that person, you have something in the real world, that matters. So yeah, it's the death of hyper specialization, and so the journey from school to retirement is going to be so different for everybody, and I think it's going to be better. I genuinely do. Younger generations, I think, will cope a lot better as long as they told that it's going to be different and they not have these expectations to have the lives of their parents or their grandparents. But I think older folk, it's going to destroy their identity, and they're going to suffer. So who do I follow for updates? So here's just some of the people that I do. Okay. Well, I hope you do subscribe here for regular updates on broader topics as well as things like AI. There's a few people that I genuinely follow that who will give you a lot of knowledge on this. And I think the first thing you need to understand is that chasing AI knowledge at the pace that it's being developed is just simply idiotic. It's happening so fast. Companies are leapfrogging each other every month as they trash new development benchmarks. So it's a never-ending race that you can't catch up. So really don't try. They're all as good as each other. So get yourself one of the top 3 or 4. Pay for a pro version and just stay relevant. If you want to, develop things like create apps, well, then there's a little bit different path. Go and learn. I use AI to guide you in that method. So I think, so who do I believe that you should be following? Well, this is just some people that I follow. Okay. You don't need to learn everything. Just watch their videos. They talk a lot of technical details, but keep watching it, and you'll start to get the feel and learn. And it helps you keep in touch. They'll give you great advice for navigating the chaos. So Peter Diamandis of Moonshots, incredible talk, usually 4 guests, and they talk around the wider concepts of AI, and they do talk some of the new technologies, but they talk a lot about the philosophies of AI around AGI and how we're going to mitigate to this. Matthew Berman of Forward Future, I subscribe to his newsletter as well, which sort of a few times a week it comes out. Great for development work, and any new AI tech is pretty good. AI Revolution is another great one loads of videos on robotics and humanoids and how we're progressing with humanoid AI. So yeah, these are all YouTube channels that I look at. So please join the journey. I've got a whole chapter in my new book that I'm busy writing, not on AI, but on sort of surviving this chaos. So I'm not going to go into any more detail than that. It's over 5 minutes as usual. So please like, share, leave a comment if you can. And as always, I wish you great beer and a lot of peace.